And South Africa has confirmed that Russian President Vladimir Putin will be attending the upcoming BRICS summit in person later this year. In an exclusive interview to WION's Siddhant Sibil, the South African BRICS Sherpa, Anil Sooklal, said that the leaders of all BRICS nations have accepted their invite and are now looking forward to attending the summit.
Let me say that President Ramaphosa has sent out invitation to all four of the BRICS leaders. All of the countries, including President Putin, have accepted the invitation, and they are all looking forward to attending the summit in person in South Africa in August. It is the first time in 4 years, as a result of COVID, that we are convening in person. And I was in Moscow 2 weeks ago, where I met the Russian BRICS Sherpa. They are preparing to attend the summit, and South Africa is preparing to host an in-person summit in August this year.
Now, BRICS is a grouping of the world's leading emerging economies. Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa are its 5 members. The grouping was formalized during the first meeting of BRIC foreign ministers in 2006. South Africa was invited to join in December 2010. It is hosting the BRICS summit this year in August. Now, things were already pretty complicated given the ongoing war in Ukraine. But the International Criminal Court's arrest warrant against Vladimir Putin became a bit of a spanner in the works for South Africa. Pretoria, which has got close ties with Moscow, has in fact been faced with a diplomatic dilemma since the warrant was issued last month. The ICC issued the warrant for Vladimir Putin for the alleged unlawful deportation of Ukrainian children to Russia. As a member of the ICC, South Africa will be expected to arrest the Russian president if he sets foot in the country. But South Africa has so far refused to even condemn the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The ruling African National Congress Party has got historic ties with Moscow, and the government has said that it wants to stay neutral. Now, earlier this year, Pretoria had held a joint military exercise with Russia and China, which critics cite as the evidence of a tilt towards Kremlin. The ICC warrant has been the cause of political tumult in the country. The leading opposition party, the Democratic Alliance, has called for Vladimir Putin to be arrested and for the ICC to force the government's hand. And our correspondent Calden Ongmung has been tracking this story very closely for us and has sent us this report. Listen in.
South Africa has always maintained a neutral stance as far as Russia-Ukraine war is concerned. The country even played host to Russia and China in February for joint military-naval exercise, despite heavy criticism and opposition from the West. Now it seems all this has come to bite South Africa, who is the host for this year's BRICS summit scheduled for August. South Africa is facing a huge diplomatic dilemma following the issuing of the arrest warrant against Russian President Vladimir Putin, and it says it is looking at ways to deal with this issue. As a member of the ICC, it would be expected that South Africa arrest Putin if he sets foot in the country. The main opposition party, Democratic Alliance, has urged Ramaphosa to prioritize the country's reputation over the Russian president. However, economic freedom fighters and South Africa's Communist Party have urged the government to welcome Putin and instead pull out of the ICC. This is Calden Ongmung from Johannesburg, South Africa for WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.